Hello everyone, how are you going? And welcome to Canadians Try Australian Snacks with a very recognisable and popular Call Me Chris. So I'm sure this will either be a bloodbath or a massive ego boost.
So today we're going to be trying Australian snacks, and while doing that we're going to try to guess what Australian slang means because we're Canadian and we don't know anything about Australians.
Let's go small and big.
Okay, well Vegemite's the smallest. I feel like people really came to watch us try the Vegemite.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, try the Vegemite. So in the instructions that came in the box from the people that sent it to us, they said put heaps of butter and
Alright, I have to pause it there and just give her some leeway because to be fair, straight off the start, she has actually prepared that toast. I guess she's given instructions, but she has actually prepared that toast pretty darn well. I mean, to be fair, I would take a little bit more myself, but definitely as a starter, you don't want any more than that to start off with. Especially if you were giving reactions to smelling it like this, you know, those guys are just go, what am I in for here? Where if I smell it, I go, oh, it just makes your entire mouth just water smelling it in a weirdly good way, I guess you'd say.
Wow. It's not jam.
It's not Nutella.
It's not Nutella.
They said to put heaps of butter and just a little bit of Vegemite, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
You're probably all looking at anybody from Australia is probably looking at this and being like, no,
Warm though.
it's too much. But anyway, do you want to try first?
No, you try first.
Okay.
It looks weird.
I'm trying this first.
It's not going to be hot though, it has to be hot.
Maybe.
Is she alive?
That's actually not bad. What does it taste like?
Wait, what? Hang on, before he even goes and takes a bite, I'm blown away by the fact that she actually had a positive reaction because, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I feel as though, well, for one, no one ever prepares it right. Most of the time, people are just having it on a spoon. No wonder they're just smelling it and then also eating it, and so there's not going to be a good reaction. But I'm surprised that she actually went, oh, wow, that's good. Not even just, oh, wow, that's not bad.
What does it taste like?
Yeast. Salt.
And it just smells like toast and butter.
But
It's great.
I'll give it a good, yeah.
Here we go.
It's not bad. I've heard really bad things about it. Right? It's not good. I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it.
When would you eat this?
I don't know, but what does it taste like?
Like for breakfast?
Yeah, Australians, answer that in the comments below. When do you eat this? Probably for breakfast, right? Because it's a spread. It's like jam or like...
Alright, well you definitely have to be careful calling a jam, and I think that is where people get a little bit thrown off because they do then treat it like a jam or a Nutella or things like that and just take a spoonful and then get completely blown away by the overpowering taste. I mean, to be fair, she did say when would you have it, and I would say and argue the fact that you can have it any time of day, but it is definitely catered towards the breakfast situation. And I guess the thing that also people don't really recognize, or I've never seen it done, is yes, they're having Vegemite and butter, and that's fine, that's a staple, but there are so many other things you can put with it and just make with it that are also great. Cheese, avocado, the list goes on.
I kind of like it.
Alright.
Good
That's
enough
not
for
bad,
me.
but I need something sweet to cleanse my palate. Violet crumble.
Each to their own.
What's in here?
Pass.
Honeycomb. Oh, okay.
Well, that sounds yummy.
Okay, let's
It looks good.
We should rate it. Sorry. How was the Vegemite? Would you rate the Vegemite?
I would not have that again. Like a 1 or 2 out of 10.
1 or 2 out of 10? So 1.5?
Come on, Chris.
1.
I would rate it a 3.
Come on.
3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 for Vegemite.
I take back everything I said. I mean, I thought she was actually going to give it more of a 6 or something like that because she said, oh, it wasn't horrible. And I mean, she did have very low expectations going into it, but to then give it a 3? Come on.
I think the Vegemite like burned my nostrils. I can't smell it.
Let's see, catch up.
I'll take that first bite.
Sounds just like chocolate.
Okay. Do you want to take it first? No, I don't.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh, it's crunchy. It's crunchy.
She came out clean.
Yeah, this count is like a 1
Oh! Oh my.
Oh,
It like
exactly
melted.
like a 1 over.
It like melted in my mouth.
It does melt.
It was like you ate chocolate.
It's
No, it's
not
not.
nice. I just
Like
don't
you-
like it.
The middle disappeared. Did it disappear?
Hang on a second, what is going on with him? He seems bewildered by the fact that it just melted away, and I mean, that's definitely what it does, and it's just a flavor thing that I don't particularly like, but I'm wondering, does North America not have any kind of this bar? Surely they have everything under the sun. I mean, to be honest, it sounds weird saying this because the stereotype definitely leans the other way, but perhaps they don't have anything that big in the chocolate bar form, let alone just the honeycomb bar form. Especially because it caught her by surprise, like she said, it came off clean, and I knew from experience what was going to happen there, but I can understand if you're thinking it's going to be a little bit more nougat-y or anything like that, that is definitely going to be very different to what you're expecting.
I think I need another full bite.
Or smell, or tastes like burnt.
It's like, what's burnt? I agree.
Look at that.
It just melts in your mouth.
It's definitely better than Vegemite.
Yeah. This confuses me. And since it confuses me, I'm giving this a 4 out of 10.
I like that.
4 out of 10? I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy this, but if it was in my cupboard and I was under the influence, I'd eat it. Pretty quick because it melts in your mouth.
Oh, it was so close. We almost had a winner, being Vegemite being the winner, but it was a 3 versus a 4. And to be honest, I mean, from an international point of view, I can understand and rate those choices. It does make sense, but I guess that is really all it comes down to, is just that personal preference. And in my expert opinion, I would say that Vegemite beats Violet Crumble hands down every single time, just because it is so versatile compared to it just melting away in a second.
Let's bring on the Australian slang.
Here we go.
Okay, first word. Bogan.
What?
Bogan.
Can you spell it?
B-O-G-N. Bogan.
Bogan.
Yeah.
Where's the A?
Bogan.
Bogan.
This is bogan? Like bogus?
Bogus, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's redneck or uncultured person.
I'm a bogan.
Yeah, then we're definitely bogans again.
Now look, I don't exactly want to burst the bubble, but I really don't think that these two people classify as bogans. There is no way. If I saw them walking down the street, they would be just the furthest away possible from a bogan. It's just not possible. I mean, for goodness sake, look at their teeth. They're just, well, they've got some. I was about to say they've got all of them, but they've even just got some, and the benchmark isn't very high. And so unless, like I said, you were walking down the street and all of a sudden something absolutely foul came out of their mouth, while also just all of a sudden they procured a VB long neck, then you might be leaning a little bit more towards a bogan, but otherwise, no guys, you are not going to be competing with true bogan.
Okay, next snack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think we have this in Canada, but I've actually never tried it. Crunchy?
It's the same.
Okay, next is crunchy.
What's it? Golden, hokey pokey,
Honeycomb cover. Wow, you guys really like your honeycombs. It's another honeycomb one.
That's what I'm excited about.
Okay, well, he's excited.
It's gold.
You can take the first bite this time.
Oh, it's gold. It's gonna be good.
Go ahead.
No,
That's not it. It's not like
it's the
Cadbury.
same as the last
Oh, it smells like Easter. Oh, it literally looks like the same thing. Look at this.
It tastes way better.
You guys are ripping. Okay, well.
Robert tastes way better than the one.
Oh, it does. And you know why?
I don't know why. Tell me.
It's got more of a crunch. Oh,
It's crunchy.
crunchy makes sense. But the honeycomb's sweeter. The other honeycomb didn't have like that much of a taste.
That's the North American coming straight out going, oh, the other one wasn't sweet enough. This one is sweeter. And the fact that you can even tell, I mean, to be honest, I don't think I've ever had a crunchy and a Violet Crumble back to back just to be able to tell that. For goodness sake, I've barely had them because I don't particularly like either one. And so I'm not going to put myself through that kind of torture. But the fact that you can go, oh, this one is sweeter and this one but just isn't as good because it's not as sweet, I guess you're certainly going after something in particular then, aren't you? But I do certainly hope that the people that made this box just send a few of the other ones, because even though I can only assume that the USA and Canada would have a whole mixture of what we've got, like I said, Snickers and Mars and everything else in between, surely there were just a couple of Australian just standard chocolate bars that we would have that they don't have that aren't just honeycomb.
A 7 out of 10.
Ooh, you read my wow.
7 out of 10.
From a 4 to
I
a
picked this
7.
up off the shelf.
Alright, what else are we looking at?
Okay.
Crazy.
There we go.
We go back and forth with the questions. And
Yeah.
Questions and snackage.
Back to Australian slang.
Here we go.
Do the Harry.
Do the Harry.
Do the Harry.
Do the Holt or the Harry?
Getting the hell out.
Doing the Harry?
Getting the hell out. That's what it says.
Huh. Alright.
No, surely not. Surely they just mean doing the Holt, doing the Harold Holt. There is just no reason for it to be Harry, and I've never heard the Harry. I mean, that's the kind of face that I would be making when I see do the Harry. I'm going, what are you on about, people? You're talking about doing the Holt, doing the Harold Holt, the Prime Minister that just went missing, never came back.
Okay, next snack.
Shopping.
I really want to dig into these because we're big s'more fans. These are called pods. S'mores.
Decent.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm excited about these.
S'mores.
Okay.
Adam.
Oh!
Sweet.
Oh,
Which after
wow.
sweet.
That's really
That's
good.
heavenly.
That's really
I'm
good.
gonna try it at the same time. Cheers.
Oh, they're like.
I feel like Australians do that, or is that a British thing?
Look at cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Look at that. Oh, the love of the eyes. Just falling in love. And to be honest, I can't blame her. Pods are definitely some pretty top tier, top shelf kind of confectionery that we have. And to be fair, I've never had the s'mores one, so maybe they're, I don't know, better or worse. I really don't know. But I feel as though from what I've had, they are all very, very similar.
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
Wow.
I'll zoom up on it.
Never seen
That.
that one.
Yeah, these aren't gonna make it very.
Those are really good.
I'm gonna give these a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Those would become a good snack.
I would order these from
Triple
Australia.
Vegemite. I guess like I was saying, the international ranking and scale has to come into it, because to be triple Vegemite, I just don't know if you can really be doing that. Once again, they're just not versatile. Obviously very, very, very different, but very snackable, and I have to agree that they are good.
Next, let's try
this one.
What have we got?
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, no
Cadbury furry friends.
Lots of Cadbury stuff, eh?
Yeah, we have Cadbury in Canada. They don't in the States though, I don't think. No, they don't. Cadbury furry friends is next. I think they all taste the same. Yeah, they're all the same. They just
We need the
animals.
Oh, they just like chocolate.
Yeah.
Must be.
Let's have. What is this? Oh, it's a wombat.
No, what's it say the bomb there?
It's a wombat. It's actually milk chocolate. All the same.
Wombat. A wombat.
Okay, we'll have a wombat. They have a wombat. What the hell is that?
They're not flavored differently?
No.
See us.
What is that?
Echinda? What the hell is this?
And a
The
kidney.
platypus?
Echinda?
You have two agendas? We did.
No. Oh yeah, you have two
We did one.
echindas. And one platypus. You guys have platypuses? Pear.
Did she just say, do we have platypuses? No one else has platypuses. It's an Australian animal. What do you mean do we have platypuses? That's the whole thing. They're as Australian as kangaroos, for goodness sake. And yes, the echidna as well. I mean, it's kind of like a small, nicer porcupine if you want to be comparing it to something. But what else did they even have in here? Was it just the wombat, the echidna, and the platypus? I believe so. Yeah, look at that. They didn't even include the kangaroo. That shows you the true Australian animals. Not the international Australian, the real Australian animal.
Look at this.
That's beautiful.
It's just like-
no, open it. Oh.
But it's like just, it just needs.
Okay. 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Oh, you ruined it. Okay, Cadbury.
Begin.
It just smells like milk chocolate. Yep, that's just milk chocolate.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh.
It's Cadbury.
Yeah, I could
It's
eat all
gotta be
those in
good.
this one today. We're rating it. Oh, it's just chocolate.
It's a standard piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
They're probably melted in transit.
6.
I'm gonna say 7. I like chocolate.
Fair enough.
I'm a big fan of just plain
Okay,
chocolate.
6 out of 10.
Not
7
gonna
out of 10.
argue.
Right.
Next.
You want to do
Oh, I want to try. This is milk. Milo.
Okay.
what is that?
Milo. I opened it already. It's
What
like
is it?
Wait, how? I'm speechless. What did I just witness there? What is going on there? Has she can opened it to Milo? I really don't get it. I need to see the lid, or I would wish that I got to see the lid, because I'm just wondering what has she done, because that is not like any lid of a Milo or any Milo tin that I've ever seen. Like, they're usually different. Here we go, just a prime example of what I believe I should be seeing, which is with a bit of a lip, so then the lid can just sink into it, pop into it, to get that beautiful Milo just, and then also you just pop this, I guess you'd call it foil or whatever you want to call it, just down, and that's how it's originally sealed. So to be coming back and seeing that, I mean, maybe there's some kind of perspective illusion, but it literally looks like it's just flush with the sides, and I've never seen a Milo tin like that. And so unless you're getting some, I don't know, Tasmanian Milo or something, I am bewildered as to what that is.
it's
What
like
does it say on the front? Low GI. What's
I think it's what our equivalent is to like Nesquik. So it's like it's for milk. It's like chocolate powder that you put in milk.
Yeah, Nestle Milo. This is
Yeah, like by
crazy.
Nestle.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the instructions say, simply place 3 heaped teaspoons,
I was gonna say.
of Milo into a glass of cool milk.
Oh, you see, this is the thing that is the unending debate. How much Milo is too much Milo? And I don't really think there is an answer to this, because if you ask anyone, it's just to take the Milo out of the tin, immediately put it back in the tin because you realize that is exactly what you want, and then maybe add a dash of milk just so it's not dry powder. But really, you're just after the Milo and not the milk.
Teaspoons. Okay, well I feel like this is a teaspoon. Is that a teaspoon?
That's a big
That's
teaspoon,
what you
but that's what we want.
1,
Get 10 of those.
2.
More.
No, I'm gonna do this. Put
More.
up a little bit because I only put a cup in there.
More?
But you need-
No.
It's a cup up.
It's gotta be like this
It
thing.
doesn't smell like powdered chocolate. That's the thing. It doesn't smell like
It
coconut
won't
stuff.
mix. It's not gonna mix.
Oh, she's chunky. She's really chunky.
I hate this. It takes forever. I want it now. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
It's just gonna be milk.
Milo.
It doesn't smell right.
Oh no. But it doesn't smell like your chocolate milk. No way.
No.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
No.
Yeah, it smells like that.
No.
What is wrong?
No. I'm sorry. That's not good. We mixed a little bit more maybe than we were supposed to, but as he drinks all of it. But you know what this tastes like? This tastes like a protein shake.
Oh, I just don't get it, because how can you be stuffing it up? I mean, she even said that, oh, maybe we put too much in, and I was just arguing the exact opposite, saying you can never put enough in. I mean, to be fair, I don't exactly know when the last time I would have had Milo is, but I know for a fact the last time I had it, it would have been hot, and that's the thing. On the can, it does say hot or cold, and absolutely, if you can do hot, just do hot. It just makes it into I guess like a hot chocolate. Now, to be fair, even that does have a few discrepancies about how you want to make it, but in my opinion, I think you go milk, then Milo, then microwave, then that just melts all the Milo into a solid chocolate block. You eat it off the top with the spoon that you used, and then you mix the rest in, and then it's just so good.
You know what this tastes like? This tastes like a protein shake.
It just tastes like chocolate milk without sugar.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk without sugar?
It just tastes like chocolate milk without sugar.
Yeah.
Which
Like
I don't mind.
or without?
Okay, let's rate that.
5. Not the worst thing.
2.
But I would.
Wow. Alright, well I guess you can't win them all, and that's completely fine, but I'm just completely blown away by the fact that Vegemite has one-upped Milo on the international stage. The international god killer has just beaten a sugary drink. Like, that's surely unheard of. I mean, this one was definitely the biggest discrepancy I think we had between him saying it was alright, it was just a chocolate milk without sugar, or with sugar. I'm not really sure. I can only assume without sugar. And I guess that is exactly the same to what Chris had. It just comes down to the perspective of, is it alright without sugar, or does it really need sugar? And one.
Back to Australian slang. Okay. Go on a walkabout.
Easy.
On a walkabout?
Go on a walkabout.
That's just going for a walk. Final answer.
Actually, it's a foot journey.
A foot journey? That's
So
going
yeah,
for a
it's
walk.
going for a walk. Alright, next we got-
Is that the official definition that wherever they're pulling these from is given? Because that is insane that they've given foot journey as a walkabout. I mean, I guess in a way, if you are trying to make the minimum possible length definition, then it's not wrong, it just doesn't feel right. Like, it's more along the lines of someone just going out anywhere, generally in the outback, or at least that is definitely where it originated from, and just going for a long walk, not particularly getting lost, but definitely not having a plan about where they're going and where they're going to end up, and if they're even going to be returning at a particular time.
Next we have Tim Tams. Tim
I'm
Tams.
excited about these.
We have double coated. Oh, and original. I think we should try the original
Well, let's
first.
do the original and then work backwards.
Yeah.
Classics.
Okay, so original Tim Tams. That's what we're gonna start with.
I'm excited about these.
Oh, these are dangerous.
whoa,
Like, I
they're
can probably
huge.
do a number on these. Okay.
Oh, they smell really good. Oh, they smell so good.
Come on.
Just.
Come on. Come on.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
that's,
Oh, that's
really
really good.
good.
I was gonna say. Haha, going back
Oh.
for more.
It would be so good with coffee.
Oh yeah, the center.
Oh, those are really good. I
I
love
eat
these.
all of these in one sitting.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's the Tim Tams Slam without just the milk. She slammed that down. I mean, to be honest, I can't blame her. There were plenty that just go straight down the hatch because they are that good. And they also are very dangerous in terms of just destroying an entire packet. There are plenty of people that do that, but hey, they're an absolute winner. They're just unchanged for a very long time. Like I said, there were about 10 probably different flavors. Yes, the big pack, the originals, the double, the dark, the white caramel. What are you? Tim Tam chocolate, biscuit, salted caramel. Oh yeah. Wait, actually, I didn't even realize they had a whole deluxe range, but for 25 cents more, I guess you're probably getting 1 or 2 less biscuits. Oh, and hang on a second, I hadn't even realized that before. The fact that it depends on which ones you buy. Like the original's 200 grams, the white chocolate is 165, the caramel's 175, and so they really are changing how many you get per pack.
10 out of 10.
Wow.
Tim Tam 10 out of 10.
Don't think they're not messing
There it
around.
is,
No.
finally.
Swear to God, I know. I can't even imagine what the other Tim Tam tastes like. I'm gonna do that.
So we're going with a, what is it?
Double coated.
Double coat.
Double. I'm having absolute sugar high. Oh my God.
They look bigger.
They're
They're just the
thick.
same. They're thick.
It's
though.
thick what? Okay, look.
So let's see what.
It's basically like the North America version of Tim Tam. You know, you got the original, just the thin enough version, even though they aren't that thin, the double wafer, and these ones just then go and double coat the original one, I believe. And so it isn't going to be some crazy different flavor like the caramel and the white chocolate, which all are good. And I think the caramel is probably, if not top tier, definitely second tier under original. But either way, nothing's that bad.
Just more chocolate, which just makes it better. So 20 out of 10.
Wow, double.
Wow, they're so good.
That is all we have. Then we'll do one last Australian slang.
Bicky, Brecky, and Bobby.
Bicky, Brecky, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bricky, Bicky, Bobby.
Yeah.
Breakfast?
No.
Break.
It is, yeah, it's got 3 things. I'll say that.
Oh, okay. Breakfast.
Bicky, Brecky,
Okay.
Bobby.
Oh, like a breakfast barbecue?
No. I think it's more like a saying, like biscuit, breakfast, barbecue.
I don't know if it is a saying. I think they're just giving a bit of alliteration. They're just going Bicky being biscuit, Brekkie being breakfast, and Barbie being barbecue. Basically just 3 Australian tier 1 slang words, if you want to call them that. Like, very straight to the point once you can kind of figure it out.
I think it's more like a saying, like biscuit, breakfast, barbecue. There's no like...
What?
Yeah,
What?
I think it's just a thing. Maybe it's 3
Where's the
words.
barbecue after breakfast?
But maybe it's 3 words. Maybe you just say Bicky for biscuit,
Oh,
and then
that's
Brekkie
probably
for
right.
breakfast, and then Bobby for barbecue.
Okay, that makes sense.
We say
So,
barbecue.
Tim Tams, are those bickies? Well, I'm turning Australian. Are those biscuits, or are they just cookies?
They're not cookies, my dear, they are bickies. To the point where I would argue that every single thing that has ever come out of the Arnott's factory is a bicky. You know, in shops you might get the odd cookie because it is directly labelled cookie, being like an American style cookie, even is on some of the labels, but everything like that, they are bickies. But hey, overall I think the entire ranking went pretty well, especially considering we started with Vegemite. I feel as though that can definitely put a literal sour taste in people's mouth, or I guess a bitter taste in people's mouth just from the get-go, so they just go, oh no, Vegemite down, Tim Tams bad. And even though there were some surprising ones that swung in the negative direction, like Milo for goodness sake, that one caught me off guard. Really, I think we delivered overall. Between Tim Tams, pods, just crunchies and all those kind of things, we did alright. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video down in the description below. Or hey, maybe even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.